Hi everyone, welcome to another video here on She's Fit. Have you ever wondered why that perfect diet just isn't working? Your eating habits right here in the United States might be hiding silent enemies in your weight loss journey. Today, I'm going to reveal the most common saboteurs in the American diet and, more importantly, give you delicious, super healthy swaps. Get ready to transform your weight loss journey. Before we dive in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a thing, and drop a quick like. It seriously helps me keep bringing you incredible content. Trust me on this. Here at She's Fit, you're going to discover how to transform your body in the best way possible. So, let's get into it. Before we start, I need to share something that has made all the difference for me. You know those days when you try hard but feel like your body just isn't responding the way it should? Well, I found out that sleep has way more impact on weight loss than I ever imagined. That's when I discovered Sleep Lean, a natural supplement specially designed to help women burn fat while they sleep. Yes, while they sleep. It's not a miracle, of course, but when combined with good nutrition and the right habits, the results are amazing. I personally felt my body lighter, my belly less bloated, and a different kind of energy just within the first few weeks. I'll leave the link here in the description so you can check all the details after the video. Trust me, it was a game changer for me. Now, let's get back to the video content. In the United States, the culture of supersize and the sheer presence of sugary drinks are massive traps. Think about your routine. You likely hit a coffee drive-thru or gas station at least once a day, and those sugary options dominate. I am not just talking about sodas, which are already a crime against weight loss thanks to the absurd amount of high-fructose corn syrup, that cheap, potent ingredient your liver quickly turns into fat. The real problem is the disguised sugars that have become a cornerstone of the American lifestyle. Your morning-flavored coffee, that fancy latte with syrups, whipped cream, and toppings is actually a liquid dessert. These coffee orders can easily blast past 400 calories and your recommended daily sugar limit in just one drink. The sugar spike it causes first thing in the morning completely tanks your energy and leaves you hungrier way before lunch. Think about those sweetened iced teas or even the bottled teas you grab at the grocery store. They're convenient, but most are loaded with as much sugar as a can of soda. The packaging looks harmless, but the nutritional reality is shocking. And you buy industrialized fruit juice thinking about the vitamin C, but you're really drinking a sugar bomb without the fruit's natural fiber. When you eat a whole orange, the fiber helps slow down the sugar absorption. In juice, that sugar hits your bloodstream fast and violently. Our body has a design flaw. It doesn't register liquid calories the same way it registers solid ones. You can drink 300 calories of juice and not feel full at all, meaning you'll consume hundreds of extra calories without even realizing it. That's the definition of silent sabotage. And for those trying the zero-calorie route and opting for diet sodas, heads up! Many studies suggest artificial sweeteners can actually confuse your metabolism, increasing your sweet cravings because your brain registers the sweet taste and expects the calories that never arrive. Plus, there is mounting evidence that they negatively impact your gut health and microbiome, which is critical for weight and mood regulation, sabotaging your long-term goals. The solution lies in smart, American-friendly swaps. Ditch sodas and juices for sparkling water with a splash of lime or some chopped berries. This is called infused water, and it's the zero-calorie, classy way to hydrate. For your sweet coffee fix, order your coffee plain or a simple iced coffee and add flavor with natural spices like cinnamon or nutmeg, or a natural sweetener like stevia or monk fruit, which are widely available across the U.S. Finally, swap industrial juices for a homemade smoothie focused on veggies like spinach or kale, with a controlled portion of fruit. You keep the nutrients but add the fiber, ensuring lasting satiety. The busy life in the States, where time is money, often drives us straight to the drive-thru or to grab a ready-made meal from the supermarket's refrigerated aisle. It's American convenience at its core, but for your weight loss goal, it's a minefield. We all know that burgers, fries, fried chicken, and commercial pizzas are loaded with sodium, trans fats, and inflammatory vegetable oils. We're talking about meals that, in a single stop, can easily rack up over 1,000 calories, along with 2 or 3 days' worth of recommended sodium. That salt overload makes you retain water, giving you that constant bloating feeling and stalling the process on the scale. But the danger goes far beyond the obvious fast food. The biggest saboteur here is the ultra-processed food that masquerades as a quick, decent meal. Think about those pre-made deli sandwiches and wraps, canned soups, or those frozen dinners. Even dishes that sound healthy, like mini wraps or chicken salads, can have heavy mayo, sugary dressings, and giant portions of processed cheese that, together, skyrocket the calorie count to absurd levels. The high intake of processed lunch meats like salami and bologna is a staple of the American diet, but they are sodium and nitrate bombs, which contribute to body inflammation, making weight loss tough. The golden rule is, if it's quick processed and comes in packaging with an ingredient list that looks like a chemistry lab, or if it has a shelf life of a decade, it's probably hurting your progress. A high amount of sodium and saturated fats directly contributes to water retention and chronic inflammation, which makes shedding pounds an even harder battle, especially for us women who are already struggling with hormonal shifts. But the good news is that you can beat the convenience culture. Here are some smart swaps that fit your American lifestyle. When the rush hits, skip the drive-thru and grab a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store without the skin and pair it with a fresh, homemade salad. Do your meal preps on the weekend, like quinoa or brown rice with roasted veggies and grilled chicken breast. Swap the French fries for sweet potato fries baked or veggie sticks with hummus. And instead of takeout pizza, make your own at home using whole wheat crust or even a cauliflower crust, and load it up with fresh vegetables and a little less cheese. Taking control of your kitchen is the first step to disarming this American trap. White bread, bagels, sugary muffins, and most of the pasta and breakfast cereals you find on American shelves are made with highly processed white flour, a refined carbohydrate that, in your body, acts almost like pure sugar. The problem isn't the carb itself, but the absence of fiber. By stripping away the outer layer, the bran, and the germ of the grain, the industry removes almost all the fiber content and essential nutrients. What's left is pure starch, which is digested ultra-fast. This means that when you eat your bagel with cream cheese or a bowl of sugary cereal first thing in the morning, you're causing a blood glucose spike and consequently, an insulin spike that is sharp and violent. High insulin signals your body to store energy, and that excess glucose is easily converted into body fat. Then, what happens is the famous crash. That sudden energy drop that leaves you lethargic, grumpy, and worst of all, hungry again, less than 2 hours after eating. It's a vicious cycle of peaks and valleys that sabotages any weight loss effort, making you crave more sugar and empty carbs to bring up your energy. For the female audience, this blood sugar instability is doubly dangerous because it directly interferes with hormonal regulation. Keeping glucose stable is fundamental for balancing hormones like cortisol and leptin, and reducing the fat accumulation that is characteristic of metabolic imbalance. Many breakfast cereals in the U.S., even those that claim to be healthy or whole grain, are packed with added sugar, making the first meal of the day a guaranteed sabotage. The solution lies in smart swaps focused on fiber and protein. For bread, swap white bread for 100% whole grain breads or, even better, sprouted grain bread, like the Ezekiel brand look in the freezer section. And always check the label. The first ingredient must be whole wheat or whole grain, not just enriched flour. For pasta, Substitute white pasta with spiralized vegetables like zucchini noodles, zoodles, and spaghetti squash, or opt for the excellent lentil or chickpea pasta, which have a much higher protein and fiber content, keeping you full for hours. And for breakfast, start your day with unsweetened oatmeal rolled oats or Greek yogurt with berries and nuts, because the protein from the yogurt and the fiber from the oats and fruit work together to ensure a slow, steady energy release, eliminating the morning crash and controlling your appetite until lunch. This is one of the biggest disappointments and sources of frustration in American food culture. Foods marketed as healthy that are actually disguised saboteurs packed with sugar and additives. You buy something thinking you're making a good choice, but you're unknowingly draining your energy and undermining your weight goals. Think about granola bars, protein bars, and snack packs. Many of these, especially those promising to be low-fat or natural, contain as much or more sugar or corn syrup than a candy bar. The sugar is used to improve flavor and texture after the natural fat is removed, or simply to hook your palate. Instead of delivering the promised stable energy, they cause the same glucose spike and energy crash you were trying to avoid. The same goes for flavored yogurts that crowd the shelves. They promise probiotics and calcium but deliver a huge dose of added sugar, often over 15 grams per cup. This sugar nullifies much of the probiotic benefit, feeding bad bacteria and sabotaging your gut health. Another common villain is trail mix. While nuts and dried fruit are inherently healthy, commercial mixes often add candied fruits, chocolate chips, and a lot of salt, turning a nutritious snack into an excess of empty calories and sugars. Finally, the trap of low-fat or fat-free fat, which provides satiety and is essential for vitamin absorption, is stripped out and, ironically, replaced with sugars, starches, and chemical additives to compensate for the loss of flavor. This swap not only harms your metabolism but also leaves you less full, increasing the likelihood you'll eat more later. The solution is smart, clean swaps. For yogurts, choose plain Greek yogurt unsweetened and add your own fresh berries and a drizzle of pure honey or stevia. The plain version maximizes protein and minimizes sugar. For bars and snacks, make your own energy balls at home with oats, nut butter, and chia seeds. Instead of industrial granola bars, snack on a handful of almonds or nuts or apple slices with natural peanut butter, no added sugar. And for trail mix, create your own blend with raw or unsalted roasted nuts, seeds, and a small portion of dried fruit with no added sugar. Check the package label. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to eat healthy is accidentally turning a nutritious meal into a calorie bomb. You make the effort, you order a salad or a lean protein dish, and then, bam, you add a generous amount of dressing, not realizing you've just added enough calories, fat, and worst of all, sugar to match or even exceed the calorie count of a cheeseburger. In the U.S., store-bought dressings, mayonnaise, ketchup, and especially those creamy dressings for salad like ranch, Caesar, or blue cheese are the big silent saboteurs. The base of these sauces is generally low-quality vegetable oils and added sugars to mask the flavor. 2 tablespoons of a common ranch can have over 150 calories and 15 grams of fat, and who only uses 2 tablespoons on a huge salad. These dressings are the main reason why many healthy salads at fast casual restaurants have more calories than you think. But the dressing isn't the only culprit. The danger also hides in the toppings. Watch out for items like croutons, fried bread, bacon bits, excessive shredded cheese, and those famous candied pecans. These are small additions, rich in fat and sugar, that, when added up throughout the day, wipe out your calorie deficit and significantly increase your sodium intake. It's the cascade effect. The extra fat and sugar stimulate hunger, making appetite control difficult. The key is to take back control of your seasoning. For dressings, learn to make your own vinaigrette at home. The classic recipe with extra virgin olive oil, apple cider vinegar, and herbs is nutritious and flavorful. If you love creaminess, Swap the ranch for plain Greek yogurt mixed with seasonings like garlic powder, onion, and dill, which boosts protein and eliminates saturated fat and sugar. For condiments, use mustard Dijon is great, hot sauce or salsa instead of mayo or sugary ketchup. And the golden rule at restaurants is to always ask for your salad dressing on the side and only use it to drizzle over the ingredients instead of drowning the greens. By making this simple habit change, you can save hundreds of calories per meal. The final and most powerful key to beating these American food saboteurs is to focus on the two macronutrients that truly sustain your body and mind: protein and fiber. This isn't just a diet tip. It's an essential metabolic strategy for anyone living in this environment of food convenience. Lean protein is crucial for building and maintaining muscle mass, which is vital for an active metabolism. And it is, by far, the macronutrient that generates the most satiety, which translates to fewer cravings, fewer insulin spikes, and consequently, less chance of you reaching for fast food or processed snacks in the afternoon. Fiber, abundant in vegetables, whole fruits, legumes, and whole grains, acts like a silent superhero in your gut. It slows down digestion, creating a lasting feeling of fullness, stabilizes your blood sugar, preventing that dreaded energy crash, and is the favorite food of good bacteria, optimizing your gut health. For our female audience in particular, it is critical to prioritize these two components in every single meal to keep your metabolism active, balance hunger hormones, and effectively control your appetite. Weight loss in the U.S. requires intentional planning to combat the omnipresence of processed food. So, when making your swaps, ensure the new food is rich in one of these pillars. For example, swapping a refined carb-heavy bagel for eggs for breakfast guarantees protein, and trading potato chips for apple slices with the skin on guarantees fiber. Look at the labels and ask yourself, does this food offer me protein or fiber to keep me full until the next meal? That is the mindset that wins the game. See? Weight loss isn't about eating less, it's about eating better and making smart, intentional choices within your American reality. Use these swaps to bulletproof your diet and stop sabotaging yourself. You have the power to turn the game around, one meal at a time. Leave a comment below telling me which swap you're going to start making today. And don't forget the tip I gave you at the start. If you need to lose weight, click the link in the video description and grab Sleep Lean now. It might be the missing piece of your journey. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe here to She's Fit, and share this video to help the channel grow. Also, drop a comment below telling me what kind of content you want to see to help with your weight loss.